Welcome to another episode of the Angels Positivity and Love Show. Incredible guests the world over with amazing experiences, expertise, skill sets, and much more to share with all of us. I'd say it's just really big hearts. Oftentimes they're giving service to others. We have a lot of healers on the show. We've had a few military people, doctors, just all types, best-selling authors, you name it. And they're kind enough to come on the show. Many do take steps with angels. Sometimes it's off camera, most of the time on camera. And the most important point is this is all for you, the audience. You can take those steps. Everyone has a really big heart, whether they know it or not. Everyone has infinite possibility. Good luck believing it, but that's what this is about. It's not about more thinking, but less thinking, breathing more, smiling more, even a little bit of dance or cooking or yoga or whatever. Today, coming to us from California, Laura Francis, a work life design coach, but that doesn't really square with what she does. She's actually been maneuvering very carefully for decades. In the intuitive realm, I'm going to argue, she senses things. She gets a read on a person. She helps them become whole, which they already were. But again, a lot of thinking gets in there, gunk stuff up. You think you have this obstacle, you do have this perceived obstacle over there. And so she helps you sort of declutter to walk a smoother path and also to figure out what you want out of life. She sort of fine tunes you a little bit, and she's been great at it. She works with people in their midlife section of their experience, their journey, and also young adults. And she's been doing this for a very long time. The second I met her, I was like, whoa, she's hyper intuitive, really good at it. And I think she's even got more ahead of her. So I can't wait to see her journey blossom more. Laura, welcome to the show. That was a really long intro, but it's great to see you again.
I really loved it, Michael. Thank you so much. And thank you for seeing me.
Yes, and thank you again for being a guest on the show. Okay, let's go all the way back almost. When did you know even intuitiveness could exist, that people could sense things? Was it a direct experience for you? Did you hear about it from your grandmother? Did you see it on a TV show? When did you know something was up?
I think as a child, people always gravitated towards me. And I was the person that anybody would share something that was difficult going on with them or something that they just didn't feel comfortable telling others. I felt like a magnet. People were drawn to me. And so it felt invisible and I couldn't ever put my finger on it. It continues to this day.
Hmm. Does that mean you walk into a supermarket or a Starbucks and the next thing you know, someone's confessing they're in the middle of a divorce?
Hey, it's happened.
Okay. Okay, so explain your energy makeup that would allow you to sort of take on that role, because in a way, it's different than finely tuned boundaries. It's people literally sensing like light or higher frequency that they can get the help they need, whether they know it or not, and they
Mhm.
gravitate to you. How did you balance that out? Was it through athletics, creativity, or did you not figure that out till much, much later?
I didn't figure that out until much, much later, Michael. Yeah. So I am in midlife myself, and it took me until well into my late 40s, even early 50s, to discover that there were ways that I needed to protect some of my energy. So I do, you talk about dance. I actually host morning dance parties, morning sober parties. So joy is something that wasn't really expressed in my family. And joy has really helped me to play with life. And that when I'm helping people, if I'm playing with them, I have infinite capability to listen and empathize and be with people.
Hmm. And we're not taking away from your normal consultancy stuff, which is very serious, very rigorous. I mean, you get
Very
in
serious.
there, yeah, you get in there and you kind of get a feel for what's going on, and you earn their trust, so to speak. You lure them in, and then you deliver some advice, some help, and maybe collaborate. I think was on your website as well as a key word,
Yeah.
working together. Okay, let's keep going on this intuitive thing. When was your first experience with the universe? Was it seeing lights in the sky, guardian angel in a dream, a relative passed over recently, came to you in a lucid dream? Was it on a walk? Give us one of those bits of flavor.
Okay, it's nothing I can really put my finger on. It's typically I'll think about something, I'll put an intention out, and it will happen. Or I'll be thinking about someone and they'll call, or I'll run into them. So it's really it's under the surface. It's and sometimes you think, "Oh, yes, I'm very intuitive." And you can't give anyone an example of how it comes to you. But for me, I'm guided to the people I need to be guided to and the teachers I need to be guided to, and it just flows.
Good answer. And I was on a run this morning, and that's what the question that I got that I was supposed to start with for you. And then I was like, well, how would I answer that? And it was back at boarding school, playing backgammon at Andover. I knew I could throw doubles, and I'd call it ahead of time and even do it 2 times in a row. Now, it wouldn't guarantee I could get back if I was in the hole and then run the board, but it certainly was an interesting skill. I just, was very this in high school. Still am today. Okay, let's describe you. You're laser like focused when you walk into the room. Are you able to sort of feel, sense everyone and everything? And you're not like this, the opposite, yes?
Yes, and how would you describe this? What is this?
This is in my own pleasant bubble and high vibe
In my own pleasant bubble and high vibe.
and high vibe.
No, I have a very open energy. So if I walk into a room, my energy is open. If there's some negative energy or some dark energy, I'll feel it right away.
Ooh.
So
Okay. Now, we're not going to get too much into complexity today, but let's just do a brief. Have you had experiences with complexity or negativity on the other side of the equation? Have you had various experiences, but you've gotten good at setting boundaries or asking angels to come in and clear you out? Or how do you describe it?
okay, so I have met other human beings where I feel some negative energy or energy I don't want to interact with. And now I know to separate from that person. I'm a bit of a pleaser, so I still have a hard time kind of saying no, or if somebody approaches me and wants attention from me and I sense that that shouldn't happen for me, I'm not as strong as I actually would like to be, but I will exit the room. I'll leave. I'll discontinue being in touch with that person, basically.
Wow. And it was funny, maybe 14 or 15 years ago, I call my practice whisking or a whisk session. I don't use that terminology too much, but it's just the idea of bringing, if it's the batter, like with a whisk, you're injecting air into the mixture, but there's like 19 other definitions, including the whisk, a broom used to clean the dust or dirt off of stuff. Two, a whisk is what an actual medicine man will use, made of feathers or plants to chase away evil spirits. But what I wanted to say was um, I was given instructions, maybe 12 of them. I'm only going to remember a few right now. One would be careful where you place yourself when you're doing a session. If you think you're in the presence of negativity, do not touch the skin of negativity, wear bright colors. Ironically, it's the opposite of what I think we've all thought we've learned as adults. Do not make eye contact where you're not comfortable. Eye contact connects. And there were a few more of those, probably about 12 in total, came from 3 Native American chiefs. Do you have some specific kind of rules of the road that you use? Is it, and also like crystals protect, like I always wear a necklace. There's other stuff too, verbal prayer.
Mhm.
Could you describe some of the steps you take before you do go to a party, the supermarket, you're going to a concert, or you realize, oh my God, I just literally hugged everybody at the concert. I am feeling stuff. I was a sponge. Describe something on how you cleanse your energy or how before you go in, how do you bubble up a little bit?
Yeah, so this is interesting. I've got a few different things to say. One is that I need to be better at protecting my energy. I need to be better at cleansing myself after interacting with anyone, actually. So if I have a coaching session, having a clearing before I allow the next session to begin. So I would like to, I've been trying to find some more information about spiritual cleansing. I've taken some courses around it, and now I just need to put it into practice. But if I'm headed to a party or something where I'm an introvert, it may not seem like that, but I actually am an introvert. And so I don't love big gatherings, but what I'll do is I'll blast energy, positive energy into the space where I'm going ahead of time. And I'll think positive thoughts and I'll be open. Maybe there's somebody at that party or in that supermarket or at Starbucks that might be a message for me. So if I can be open to whatever messages might be there, and then if I sense that it's not the right person or it's not the right place, to, like you say, discontinue eye contact, move away from the situation.
Ooh, brilliant. Okay. Speaking of which, I'm going to light sage and I'm going to blow sage, not to cleanse you or clear out the air here, but just for fun. And we're going to do it way early today. If
Okay.
anybody is wondering what is he doing, I've got a red-tailed hawk feather, rainbow shell abalone, and some sage and a crate and barrel tea light. That's actually a bright blue tea light, very pretty. And it's juniper ridge sage. It's on my website. Okay, it doesn't matter where you are, what year it is. We're so much more connected than we realize. So you could just smell sage. Your heart knows what to do. Trust me, if you're in Bremen, you're in Christchurch, you're in Tokyo, you'll smell sage if you'll allow it. So give yourself permission. I almost forgot my only rule is set your intent. So this works great. Angels, get me out of my head, into my heart, make it nice, help me smell sage. If you're about to step on a tennis court, phrase it that way. But own it with a thank you, amen, om saram, rock and roll, whatever your way of personal ownership is. Okay, Laura, you ready for a little sage? We've done this before, but you're probably already getting it now.
Mhm.
Do you mind ask your crew, ask the universe, angels, awareness, consciousness, universal love to bring you something very special, extra? It could be perfume, flowers, a fairy flies by. I'm not going to try to predict. You might hear bells. Ooh, you might hear temple bells from Thailand or even ocean waves. What are you getting that's extra that you're like, oh, I didn't sign up for that?
I'm actually getting some gong, and I have ocean waves in the back because I'm actually coming to you from Baja today, Mexico.
Oh,
But a little very faint gong.
I love it. Maybe
Mm,
we'll bring in some East Asian figures like Thich Nhat Hanh, Chogyam Trungpa,
right.
Kuan Yin, and others. Okay, it's the billion dollar question, not the trillion dollar. That's next. The billion dollar question is how do you like to view the universe, energy, all these human beings running around on planet Earth? Are we alone? Are there angels? Are there many other diverse types of loving beings, many of which are here to support us on our journey? What way would you like to try to tackle this big Sunday? We're going to put a cherry on top.
Okay. Well, I do fancy myself as mixing the practical and the mystical. So I am a practical person. I employ strategy with my clients, but I can't help but know how ginormous the universe is, and we are not alone. So I found you somehow with the angels,
I was
and
supposed to ask you, how did you find me? I never did know. Was it a
I
website
know.
just searching around?
I think I was just playing around on different, I don't even know. I just found you
Funny.
and then I started watching you and I thought, oh, I've got to check these angels out because I haven't delved into the angel realm. So let's go. And shortly after I saw you, I got introduced to the intergalactic world and I attended a webinar with, or not a webinar, an actual workshop in person with a channel, and it blew my mind. And I would say that I'm claircognizant, so I know things, and it's difficult to explain to people that don't know what claircognizance is, but clairvoyant, you see. So my daughters actually see things. They see entities. They will often, my older daughter especially, she'll think of someone, and that person will call, even somebody that she hasn't spoken to in 3 years. It's nuts. For me, I've always thought I don't really see, but I know. I know. And I can't even remember the question you asked me. Oh, so I know that I know that with the universe and with intergalactic beings, as soon as I was in this workshop, I knew it to be true. And I'm not a person that needs a lot of concrete evidence. That's not the way I work. I work in my heart. I work in my soul. I work in my knowing.
Mm.
So, not being alone, it's important right now, I think, for all of us that even while I was swimming in the lovely pool here in Baja, I was thinking that I'm here with myself on sabbatical, but I'm never alone because I can call the angels, I can call the beings, I can call my ancestors. And it's such a great feeling that I wish that all of my clients, like you say, we get in our own way, our heads, our negative self-talk, the inner critic, we get in our way. But if we could expand and recognize that there are other beings and other entities, and even if it is your ancestors or people that have passed before you, your pets, that they're with you and around you, it could certainly help with the loneliness that we are facing and the kind of separation that we're facing.
Well, the $1 trillion question much later is going to be about humanity and the path that we're on. But we're going to work our way there with, well, we're going to put you to work, but there's no work involved. You're just going to do a little bit of listening, getting hugs, getting compliments or encouragement privately. You don't have to share anything out loud that you wouldn't share at a cocktail party or barbecue. But remember, everybody at the barbecue has already done the service or met angels or seen angels or heard before. So if you're watching the show, it takes a lot to actually watch this show a little bit. Okay, here's Archangel Michael. If you could get something private from him to you, get a beautiful hug. If anybody needs a tip at home, just set your intent. Hey, angels, get me out of my head into my heart. Help me here, Archangel Michael. But if you need extra help, my unofficial rule is breathe through the mouth a little more, shoulders up and down, heave ho is great. But if you're a professional nose breather, don't listen to me. Okay, Laura, what are you getting from Archangel Michael? First, just get something from him, and you don't have to share it out loud. Just say, got it. What's he have for all of us as a reminder? How can we smile more, breathe more, walk a smoother path?
I think it comes down to this idea of contraction and expansion. So when we're contracted, our nervous system can't open and hear some messages. So I think he's saying for humanity that if we can open and we can receive.
Oh, you're good at this. I like this. Okay, we're gonna do him one more time. Get a private you betcha from him about how good you are at this, and bravo. Okay, now not to put you on the spot, but what's one more reminder for us all? And if,
That
yeah, if you want to close your eyes, have them come in full effect. You might get a visual, you might get auditory, you might get the movement of wheat blowing on a Italian field, or a wind in the room where you're like, that was definitely him, not a fan.
just to remember that we are all connected, that we are all a little piece of each other's stardust.
Right.
And we never know what's going on with other people, and just remembering that we share a little bit of dust with each other.
Okay. Now you had mentioned Joy earlier. That's my number one angel. I usually start with her for whatever reason. We started with Archangel Michael today. Watch 500 of these, 500, and you'll rarely see me not start with Joy. Okay, here we go. Here's Joy. She's the high peppy voice, 29 years old, blonde. If you want to see her out the window right now, get something very private from her and be like, wow, cool. And then what's she have for all of us?
To step into your own power, into your own sense of joy, your own ways of getting joy. It can be small and not to feel like it has to be a big sober dance party at 8 o'clock in the morning, but it can be your cup of coffee or seeing the beautiful orange flowers and the gorgeous pods that the universe has provided for us. Just a small moment of joy is enough.
I love it. Okay, Audrey Hepburn is next, and we'll see how fast I can operate an iPhone. I think pretty quickly. Too many photos here, though. This is a historical photo. We know photos cannot possibly move. That's if you're up in the brain, you're all about society, structure, better not, right and wrong. But Audrey Hepburn's an angel. Anything's possible. And tons of people have had this photo move for them. So get a wink, a smile, eyebrow goes up. Catch a perfume in the room around you. French perfume, if you wish. Milan, but definitely get a beautiful few private words from her to you. And then what's her reminder? We're getting the pattern down here. What's her reminder to us all?
That beauty exists everywhere. And even in, it's like the Japanese aesthetic principle of wabi sabi, that there's the light that comes through even a cracked and imperfect piece of pottery, that there's light inside everything. There's beauty everywhere.
Okay, one more angel for now. Charlotte, maybe one more after that. Charlotte, she's everybody's favorite school teacher from third form if you're in New Zealand right now, third grade in the US, with words meant to help you expand. Get something private from her to you, get a hug, or get a beautiful ripple of light through you. And then what's her reminder about the whole galactic thing? How do we not take it out of measure and just remember it's a lot of extra love coming our way?
Yeah. Well, that's what I experienced in with the channel is that any being outside of the earthly beings that we know is here out of love and support. So if you believe that and you hear about people that have encounters with intergalactic beings and it's like it's ecstasy, people get overcome with a feeling of love and ecstasy. And that's pretty consistent with anyone that I've heard that's had interaction with intergalactic beings. So why not believe if it is that fantastic feeling of the woman that I saw channel, she said she was a businesswoman and she was wearing her suit and she came home from work and she had been working with some channeling, not intergalactic channeling, but other types of mediumship. And she came home and she felt this overwhelming sense of just ecstasy. And she just ripped off her clothes and laid down on the ground. And it was hours and hours and hours before she kept saying, "Are we done yet?" Like, but how great would that be? I mean,
Aw.
bring it on.
As long as it's not your favorite business suit and you were too strong ripping it off. Okay. Here's not Charlotte. Let's do Claire because you mentioned all the different Claires. Claire sentient, Claire cognizant, Claire audient. She's all about resilience, but also clarity, and she's a cutie. She's my labradoodle behind me on the floor. There might be an ear or a nose sticking right there. Dark labradoodle on a dark floor. That's her guardian angel. But, you know, she does humans as well. Get something private from Claire. Have fun with this. And what's Claire's reminder for us all?
That presence enables clarity. So, this idea of being present, even with yourself, just taking a few moments to sit and scan your body and understand what your own needs are, will help you clarify what your needs are and perhaps be able to then speak them out to others.
Again, another ball knocked out of the park. We've got a Major League Baseball, not pinch hitter, actual hitter here in front of us. I'm going to put up another photo. It's from Stubbs Barbecue. If anyone knows Austin, Texas, you know, it's a really good spot to go for if you need good barbecue in Texas. It looks like it's one level, not dilapidated too much on the outside, but it's perfectly great on the inside. They've been at their business for a very long time. They've got it down pat. But in the back, they've got a gospel brunch. It's actually two levels. They've dug out the hillside, and there's actually an auditorium. And South by Southwest, it would be one of the major concert venues. Obviously, inside air conditioning or a big proper, you know, rectangular box theater with endless rows of proper seats. Yes, but this will fit 2 or 3 thousand people. And I've got a photo of angels. It was not raining that day, tons and tons of angels. And there's Joy in the middle, and there's Claire right there. We are really putting it to you today, Laura. If you put both hands up to the screen and feel all these loving beings, just love and above. Breathe, breathe, breathe at home if you put your palms up. Try too hard, you get sparkles on the toes. You might start yawning, crying, tearing, shaking, or just total ecstatic bliss. What will you allow for? How fabulous could it get? Laura, what are you feeling right now?
Whenever I feel this kind of powerful entity or force. It starts in my belly. It sort of feels like an excitement, like a tingling, almost like when you fall, you fall in love or you really have a crush. It's that just sort of giddy feeling.
Why don't we do this? Let's let an angel come in. You could put out two hands if you want, but we won't know. You're going to do it off camera, like you're getting $100, getting $100. And it could be Archangel Michael, it could be Joy, Charlotte, but no, Audrey got in there fast and your grandmother. Who knows? Let two loving beings, one loving being come in, get your hand held. Just let us know when you're like, oh my God, I'm feeling it. And then have them whisper a topic to you, and you're like, oh yeah, I was just thinking about that the other day on my walk. And you're off to the races. Suddenly we got a different show host right now. Okay, are you feeling it on a hand or two? You getting it? We don't do anything normal here, so this is good.
Okay, give me a minute.
And I'll just do a public service announcement. Hey, we've got like 500 plus tapings now. We're booked to January of 2027. It doesn't mean there isn't some loosey goosiness to the schedule. If you like, subscribe, share, or comment, an emoji counts if you're shy or you're like, I never comment. The emoji makes all the difference in the world. We're a super intimate show, kind of below the radar, but it's changing slowly. Um, and that's it. If you want to come on, if you're a healer or something, get in touch. Otherwise, we're just rocking along, having fun. Okay, Laura, what do you get for all of us?
What I got was again this idea of openness and I think about the nervous system that what we're and I've been thinking about this a lot in the past few days. There's so much media and so many things going on in our world that our nervous systems cannot regulate. So if your nervous system can't regulate, that means it's in contraction and you're pulling in. And so how can you expand or be open? So, you think about midlife and you get older and there's this whole idea of the crotchety old person. Well, we're being called to be more flexible, be more open. We're living longer. So we've got a longer time to be on the planet. And as we live longer, we gain more wisdom. So but first we have to regulate our nervous systems. So even my young adult clients, my midlife clients, regulation is key. It's you talk about I'm going everywhere now. You talk about manifestation, and it's very difficult to manifest if you're not open. If you're in a contracted state where your nervous system is dysregulated, how are you supposed to manifest? And then you tell people to manifest, and then they feel like, oh, it's another thing that I can't do. Well, how about be in the body, scan the body, feel if there's somewhere that your nervous system is contracted or dysregulated. Start there, and then try to come back to regulation, and then you can come to openness, and then perhaps expansiveness, and then perhaps manifestation.
Hmm, nice. Okay, what's another word for manifestation that you're just starting to get your head around?
Another word for manifestation. Shit, I just got destiny.
Destiny, I like that. Yeah, dream big, allow it to unfold. There's a lot of universal forces in place to help you with wherever you think you should be headed or whatever you think should be coming your way. Can you put some percentages on that? Only a good American, red-blooded American would ever dare to ask for percentages. But let's break it down a little. Is it more sleep? Is it more laughter? Obviously, you got to have some intention to do any sort of intention magnetizing here.
Or are you asking me in order to manifest?
Yeah, or to just have something happen in your life to go in some direction. What percentage do you want to put on universal forces versus you happen to let go that day of hardcore thinking and what you thought you knew? How would you break this down as to, is it just a little intention and you can be off to the races?
I think that if you put an intention out, well, here's the thing. You put an intention out, you need to not be attached to the outcome. So if there's something that you want and you say, I want this, it may come to you in a different form than you have in your mind. So if you, again, being open and releasing that sense of attachment to exactly what you're asking for. People grip too hard. So, yeah, I do think that if you put out an intention, you can make it happen. It just might not show up exactly as you were thinking. So, I think the biggest thing is to have an intention and release your grip on the outcome, on the exact outcome.
Wow. Nice job again. Okay, let's do a galactic figure. But before we do, what galactic figures have you met or do you think you've interacted with? Would it be Pleiadian, light beings, Lyrans, Arcturians, people from Andromeda, Orion, Sirius? There's about 40 jillion other varieties. So, can you
I
name a
pers
few? Yeah.
I've personally interacted with Palladians, Syrians, and Alturians.
Okay. So I'm going to put up a woman from Sirius. I set it for 6 months. I wanted to get a AI drawing of her, and I finally did it.
Okay.
But I'll describe her as well. She loves Earth, loves supporting humanity, tight with the Earth's forest consciousness. So whether you want to view that as support from Earth's forests or just expansion, she'll help out that way and kind of connect you. She has pinpoints of light floating independently all around her. Each one is Christ consciousness, universal love, Zen, whatever you want to call it, diamond light. Um, Green flowing outfit can be very sheer. She's super tall. Looks like Audrey Hepburn's, I don't know, glowing galactic cousin. Here's the drawing. She'll show with your eyes closed in a second. And so go ahead and let her just show with your eyes closed. You know, she's 80 to 95% human looking, but close your eyes, breathe extra at home. If you want to see a California pool party, you're on the coast and a beautiful deck, a lot of people around. You got your angels, relatives around you, even a pooch that you love. But you look across the pool and there's a group of people, and you realize the tall woman is the green outfit and all the lights around her floating. You're like, whoa, that's her. And her group will sort of disintegrate as you get to go walk around the pool. But turn to Archangel Michael, turn to Joy, turn to Charlotte, and be like, hey, what do I need to know? They'll whisper something funny, or they'll be your life coach. They'll be like, hey, be sure to ask her this, not what to have for dinner on Friday night. Make it more fun than that. Although that could work.
Hmm.
And when you get in front of her, she'll already know you. You've had the guts to show up, whether it's on the show, just to show up in your heart. There's so many ways to say you've had guts to be you, to be in the moment, to be still. And she might do the French kisses, you know, left cheek, left cheek, right cheek. And even she'll definitely present light to your forehead like an Indian guru. She'll put one right there, one on each shoulder, belly. If you were just doing too much pickleball, right elbow's a little sore, 3 pinpoints of light go on your elbow. You can get healing. People at home, hit pause, sit, set an iPhone timer for 15 minutes, have an experience. And then have her show you your book cover. You can have Joy and Charlotte show up next to her. I mean, four's not a crowd when it's angels. They can show you a little book cover that you're like, whoa, what's that? My name's on it. Holy cow. We make this show very interesting. But have the woman from Sirius share some private stuff that out of which will get you talking when you come back. And anybody who wants to turn up the volume interdimensionally here, breathe through your mouth a little and shoulders up and down, and you'll feel your whole light body, rainbow light body, whatever you want to call it, your you, go, whoa, get lit up from like 80% to 150%, or from 110% to 112%, depends how you want to look at it. And for the Pleiadians, people at home, you can look out, like look 40 miles out, pick your favorite window, go up at 10 o'clock at night, midnight if you want, 11 o'clock. Make sure you feel like your angel's with you. Go real easy with this. Don't make it a big deal. Look in the sky, leave your eyes in one spot. They'll show up. Maybe a little bit like the Phoenix lights, but less structured and more just, you know, they show, they disappear, 3 more show. It's whatever you'll allow for. And good luck with that. That's why humans are so much fun and so limited all at the same time. What will we allow for? Okay. What did you get? First of all, was the one from Sirius nice, and was it serious or was it fun?
Oh, it was fun. Syrians are fun.
Oh my God. Okay, well, what'd she share that you can share? And did you get some good interactions, first of all?
The idea that came was that this is Earth School. So we're in Earth School, and there's a lot of other things going on. We are just the tiniest, tiniest speck in the universe. And lighten up, people. Lighten up and go to school and learn your
Stay in
lesson.
school. Yeah, I love that.
Stay
I
in
always say stay in
school.
school.
Stay in
Uh,
school, kids. Learn your lessons. Be open to the lesson. If somebody tells you something, if it's like feedback, if our first feeling is that's not true, that can't be true, or think what part of this could be true.
mm,
And if none of it's true, that's fine. But if there's a hint of some of it being true, then sit with it. And I'm not saying somebody that says something really negative to you. So what I'm saying is Syrians are they know that we are here in Earth School and that we're sort of an experiment and that we're here to grow and we're here to evolve. So if you hear something and there's a hint of truth in it, let yourself sit there and ask yourself, could this be true? And then what can you learn from that piece of information? Not, and again, you have to be open, so you're nervous. I'm not asking people that feel dysregulated to do this. You need to feel regulated in your body and able to hear things that might be difficult. That's the message.
another wow. Very cool. Okay, I am gonna whoosh you. I'm going to whoosh you three times. I'm going to blow through this microphone. I'm going to look like a goose or a swan if you prefer. We're going to have Michael, Min, if I brought her up before. She's an angel who's very watery, like Mother Hawaii. Joy, remember Charlotte, Claire, the woman from Sirius. They're doing all the work. I'm just going to look like I'm doing something. The first one's going to be tiny, little, or a baseline. Feel what you can feel. But maybe some insights are going to come to you that are shareable, out loudable. So here we go. Here comes the first one. Laura, are you ready for a little love and above, just whooshing like this and blowing in a microphone here? Ready?
Yep.
Okay, here comes the first one. How was that?
Yes.
Good answer. Okay, here comes the second one. No two are the same. And now, at least we're going to turn up that 1970s stereo receiver, just 2 millimeters on those big knobs. And Journey, Boston, Depeche Mode, Grimes, Small Black was cranking, although Small Black didn't exist in the 1970s, nor Grimes. Okay, here we go. A little bigger. Who knows what's going to happen next? And you don't get off easy with the yes this time. You got to share something. So, what do you get?
Run DMC.
Oh my God. Okay, here comes the final one. Green clovers, blue moons, whatever Lucky Charms is. No one touches me, Lucky Charms. Here comes the final big one. But ask for whatever you need to ask for at your end, and maybe catch some sort of aroma, baking smell, or just something wonderful that you know is coming from the universe. Here it comes.
Palo Santo.
Oh, okay. What's one thing you've had to let go of in the last 3 to 5 years that just shot you forward? It was like, oh my God, I don't know why I spent so much time on that, or because you let go of it, so much more growth happened.
I don't force, I attract. So letting go of forcing or I let things come to me.
Spoken, it sounds like, with plenty of experience under the belt.
Hmm.
Okay, talk to us more about that because that's a critical point is no need to try. I mean, there's no try Yoda and Archangel Gabriel said always try. They're both correct. But it's not about the words. So let's have you cover what is it about?
Yeah, and I'm not saying that we don't need to do some of the work. So, for example, we were talking this morning about the difficult times that many people are living in right now. And to have hope is really important. And also to do what you need to do as a global citizen, as a galactic citizen. So we still need to do and have intention and try, but not force. It's very different. It's very different. So you do what you can do. We're not asking anybody to fix the world or the universe or to be responsible. I think that's something that I've let go of is that I want things to be better so badly that I almost feel like I'm the sole person responsible for it. And I can only do what I can do. And we all have our unique gifts and our ways of being that it's enough to be who you are, that who you are and bringing your special gift helps the world. So it doesn't, what you do doesn't have to look like what somebody else does. Somebody else is a global politician and pushing through all these great laws and doing all of these things. You don't have to do that. If you're someone that shows up in light and you make people feel good or you say hello to the barista every morning, that's enough.
I'm going to give you a few definitions of compassion. And I mean, there's only like a trillion definitions of compassion, and a trillion layers of consciousness as we go and expand further and further. But here's a few from maybe 2012 or so, different angels or other figures. Um, and I'll do the best I can to read this. Archangel Raphael said, compassion is releasing fears and judgments. Okay, that was a good baseline one. Um, Jesus said, compassion is open eyes and an open heart. And then just a few more, and I would love to get your reaction. Abe, the Abraham of old. So compassion is not judging, taking action with no thought. Dale, an angel who coached a famous Olympic athlete from the 70s or 80s, won a lot of golds. Not an easy job if you think about it. They're very structured. Okay. Dale said, compassion is just being and trusting the outcome to be of the highest intent for all. And then finally, a Mac. Don't call her Mackenzie. She's everything plants, animals, and nature. She's fun. Green ball light in this stack of photos over here, with a Pleiadian background, by the way. Okay. She said, compassion is treating every moment with the awareness of a newborn baby. I bought you as much time as I could. How would you like, you can blend some of those definitions, come up with your own. How do you like to describe compassion your way? Or maybe it's a different word.
Yeah, I think definitely being. So being is important. You show up in the room with the person and you're not trying to fix or solve. You are being with the person. And then you are also open because you're listening with your entire body. And I've had people tell me I'm very compassionate, and it really does come from the eyes. And so eyes are the connector. So if you're witnessing someone, so I think compassion is witnessing in a way where you are being and you are open and you are not solving or fixing.
The Art of Being a Healing Presence or a Listening Presence. I love this. And those are two books. Just can't remember the author. They're the thinnest little books. When I'm taping in my office, I usually point to them on the shelf. Okay. We're still going to take a couple final interactive steps here. I'm going to put up a piece of selenite, a rod, a cone, or whatever it's called, a point. But just allow all the selenite consciousness on the planet Earth, to come in. A lot of love, a lot of light. If you want to put a hand up and feel it, you're already going to feel it with your whole field. And you're already outstanding in your field next to sunflowers. You do good. Okay. I'm borrowing from LA Story there with Steve Martin. Okay, feel what you can feel. And then last year it was a male's voice, but this year for like 60 people, she's come in as a female voice. All selenite consciousness will come in like an angel and just do an observation, a bit of advice for us all. And you can hear sound bowl singing physically in the room around you. I saved the best for last. She'll do a little performance for you physically in the room, sound bowls. A lot of us would want to jump up, run around, and look in the closet. Where are the physical selenite sound bowls coming from? But we don't have to worry about that. No need to analyze. I'll do Yoda's voice to buy you more time. At home, time to put a comment in. If I'm going to do Yoda's voice, I'm really working this. Here it comes. I'm hiding behind the selenite, so I'm not embarrassed at all. Mm, do not. There is no try. And Laura, we have Laura Francis here from California, but actually in Baja right now, further south over the border. What did you get? Did you have Selena Conscious come in physically? Did you get a good bit of advice? Did you hear the sound bowls, the whole concert, mini concert? What'd you get?
I did hear the sound bowls, and I felt I felt that light, and that, you described the rainbow body. I felt energy and light around me, and I hear the message of be uniquely you, and you are enough.
Hmm. Okay, last act, but maybe not. But I think the last act. Let's have you close your eyes. I got a Pleiadian for you, Heinrich Eric A. Closest thing to his real name. His real name has many more syllables. He's loving. He's male. Pleiadian. What else can I tell you? If you and I were five running along, he's full of and tripped and cut our knees. He's not the first one with the Bactine, the bacterial ointment, and the Band-Aid. That's Audrey Hepburn and your guardian angel and whoever. He's there, though, making sure we get our best experiences. He wants us to have our experiences, very loving and supportive. But like you said, a healing, listening presence. That said, you can still be pesky and be like, hey, which horse in the fifth derby? Kidding. Okay, but you can still ask specific questions about anything. And we didn't crack a smile with that one. All right, let Heinrich Eric A come in. Let him do a little bit of rainbow light work and flowing in and out, ebb and flow like Pacific waves, very gentle, maybe from two different directions. You're like, whoa. And he'll show you something that stays private with you, but he'll have something for public consumption for all of us. And you might as well get a good look top to bottom. Should be tall, radiant. That covers 99% of all light beings and loving galactic beings. And a person who watches this show, the series, it's very interesting. Not that we're there in the compare contrast mode with all the different guests, but every guest is bringing their own special flavor, their own spice to the show. They do what they do. And I think it's almost like every guest is different for whatever consciousness level we're talking about. You could have had a long, hard day and you get to a certain type of guest, and that's where you're at. And they'll help you open up more just by watching the steps they take or their advice or just their tone, their presence. You can put your hand out to any guest and feel their vibe on the show. I rarely say that. I forget to say that. If you need more time, hit pause at a certain spot with any of the photos. Photographs will move. You can close your eyes and see in your mind's eye. That's really how I understand a lot of Americans do it. But you can also look out the window, like further away, the better. If it's 20 houses away and they're only like the height of your thumb, you can full on see Audrey Hepburn, Jesus, and Joy the angel, all three, standing there waving high. It'll freak you out for a second. You might jump around in your driveway, but that's okay. You can look up in the sky and see lights or ships in the evening if it's easier for you. What else? You can get a rainbow light hummingbird smack in front of you in the middle of your kitchen. What are you willing to allow for? The brain knows everything. Okay, I bought as much time as I could. Laura Francis, how was this Pleiadian Heinrich Eric A? Did you connect?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And the message is clear that the all of the beings are there to support us, that we can feel hope and take action, feel hope, that support is there when you need it. You ask for it. Ask for the help, ask for the guidance, ask for the companionship, and it will be there for you.
Okay, now the last act here is to get you to share with us a mantra you've never used before, some reminder of if we said the mantra, you're giving it like you're an Indian guru now. We've traveled all the way to India. We're in front of Laura Francis. I've been through everything, a bus wreck. I've been through crowds. You don't even understand about the trip across the Atlantic or Pacific or whatever, the Middle East war. Whoa, I made it through. I'm in India. I'm in front of you. I'm looking for a mantra. I got two angels to help you, though. Something fresh, something new, and you're going to have to say it 3 times. So you're really going to be on the spot. People are going to listen and feel. But here's the Mother Hawaii light waves of energy and water, Min, my guardian angel, but like 80,000 other people's guardian angel, Archangel Michael. They'll help you if you want. Have them bring in the energy behind the mantra. So you go, oh, what an interesting way to do it. It's like Tinker Toys in the 1970s, Lincoln Logs, those plexiglass things, whatever they were, or just crayons, finger paint, and nobody cares that you got it all over the walls of the house. We're going to go wild here. And if you just say love, that's okay, but you won't be original because others have said that on the show before. So you got Archangel Michael, you got Min, you got me talking as a show host at this end in Texas. You're in Baja, and you got a lot of energy coming in now. What do you get for a mantra force? You got to say it 3 times, though.
Okay. The mantra is ask for and receive what you need to remain playful. Ask for and receive what you need to remain playful. Ask for and receive what you need to remain playful.
Beautiful. Laura Francis, if you want to add anything else, you can close us out. Or I'm going to thank you for being an amazing show guest.
You're so welcome. It was a pleasure.
Very fun and very sporty of you today. Thank you for all the ups, downs, lefts, rights, or it's all been up, but it's been interdimensional too. So thank you for,
Interdimensional.
yes,
I wasn't expecting that. We did it.
we did. Great to see you again, Laura.
You too, Michael.